Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Milton here with Rust Belt Broncos, and today we're going to be installing the TS Performance boost controller. We did get this from our friends at IDSpeed. They have hooked us up on this. We're going to be doing some testing for them, and we're going to also add a pedal commander to the Bronco that we have to see what kind of peak performance we could get out of it. What does the boost look like, and how will it operate on the trail? So today we're just going to be doing the boost controller now. So we're going to walk you through on what tools you'll need and what you'll need to unplug to get this going. So first off, we have a 1/4-inch socket here, and simply this is for on your wire harness. There's a little nut right there that secures the harness to the boost controller so it does not come out. You can see the little fitting right there. So we're going to take a 1/4-inch socket for that. I have my zip ties. I like to run white. Typically people like to run black, but I do off-road this, and sometimes at nighttime white is easier to see on the trail, especially if I add something to the vehicle. I want to run white zip ties so I could see it quickly to see if it's something that maybe failed or needs to come off the vehicle and I need to return it to stock. I run white zip ties for that. So you'll need some wire cutters, and then I'm going to set up my way of mounting it. So I have just about a 1.5 2-inch bolt that I'm going to use with a lock nut on it. I got a 7/16 wrench. I plan on mounting mine right here on the battery, so it will mount face up like this, and I'm going to mount it down here and then basically run my wire harness up to the back, because we're going to be unplugging this sensor right here, and then the second sensor we're going to unplug is this one. And then I want to keep it over here so that when I add the pedal commander, I'll run my switch, and then everything will just run right through the backside of the firewall. So let's get started. So we have our harness here, and we're going to go ahead and disconnect this one. So you just simply slide this plug back, it will unclick, and then go ahead and remove that. Now these connectors only fit one way, so you won't be able to make any type of mistake. They only fit into each one one way. So the one that we're gonna first use is the one with the purple connector on it, and then what you're gonna do is take the stock connector, go ahead and secure it into this one, and then we're gonna take the purple connector, connect it in here. Flip this upside down. So you hear that click, and then you take the gray piece, slide that forward so it locks securely onto the map sensor, and then we're going to run this one here to the back and secure that one next. All right, we have worked our way to the back here. So just slide this pin connector down, squeeze the white connector down and pull, and this will come right out. So we'll move that one off to the side. Grab the harness, and you want to have the piece with the blue connection on it, and then this white plug here is going to plug into this one. Okay, as you can see, we have that harness plugged in. So what I'm going to do next is go ahead and wrap up the harness here. I'm going to zip tie it along the way. I'm going to use the factory route here, so I'm going to zip tie everything this so it looks real nice. Run this underneath the pipes here, and then I will plug it into the control module. All right, as you can see, I have the boost controller mounted to the front face of the battery box. I will show a better picture of that. Sorry I had to do this off camera. I didn't have the right camera angles to be able to show it. But basically we run the bolt through the mounting holes that are on the module itself, and I have them mounted to the battery box. So you can kind of see it down there, how it's mounted there. Now I ran all of the wiring up underneath the tubing here, all along all the backside. And again, you can see the white zip ties where I ran that. Now it's not pinching down on any of this tubing. It's just firmly holding it there. You can see I routed everything under nicely, all back in somewhat of a factory location. And then next, what I'm going to do is go ahead and take this, plug it in, and take the 1/4 inch drive and tighten it down. And then this guy will be for the pedal commander once I get that installed. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and tighten this down. Okay, we got everything buttoned up, nicely zip tied all the way through. All the sensors double checked are plugged in. Have the controller plugged in. Again, don't over tighten this. As you start tightening this will suck down onto the controller and you'll feel it. I just went hand tight. And then I have the power commander connector here, just up and out of the way until I get that. But let's go for a drive. So at low RPM is where I see a lot of difference over stock. Stock RPM, I was hitting about 2200 RPMs before boost would really peak, not under load. And now I'm getting early boost response around 1800 RPMs. I'm getting about 1/2 to 1.5 pounds of boost. Just light throttle, it's building boost quicker earlier. And then when I'm in the 2200 range to 3000 range, I can be anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds of boost, which is pretty significant over stock. Before I was getting somewhere around 3 to 6 in those RPM range under just normal conditions. And then climbing a hill under load at 1800, as you start to go up, I'm seeing 5 to 6, and then it gets easily to 10 to 12 pounds very quickly. So it's definitely working under wide open throttle, like, you know, getting onto an expressway. The boost is building much quicker. You can definitely feel the response increase there. So overall, I'm happy with this installation. It was very easy to do. Probably under 15 minutes with me even rerouting the wiring harness and just cleaning everything up and mounting it to the battery box. So very, very simple. So I'm very happy with this. If you want to get one of these for yourself, I'll put the description down below for IDSpeed, where I got this from. I'm also going to put a affiliated code down there for you guys. So please use that so they can track where you found this at. And if you have any questions, you can contact IDSpeed or myself. Like always, thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe, share this with your friends, and we'll see you on the next one.